In a world that often encourages oversharing and constant self-disclosure, the teachings of Stoic philosophers offer a refreshing perspective on the value of restraint and introspection. While the Stoics' wisdom has been passed down through the ages, it remains remarkably relevant in our modern era. In this video, we delve into the profound insights of Stoicism to guide us on the path of self-improvement and personal growth. One crucial aspect of Stoicism is the idea that certain aspects of our lives should remain private and not be exposed to others. In a world dominated by social media, where sharing our thoughts, emotions, and experiences is the norm, it's essential to consider what the Stoics have to say about what should be kept hidden. In this video, we'll explore 10 things you should not expose to others, drawing inspiration from Stoic philosophy to motivate and guide us on this path of self-discovery. Your innermost desires and ambitions. Desire not that a thing should happen as you wish it, but wish it to happen as it happens, and your life will be serene. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate an inner world where our desires and ambitions are kept guarded. While it's natural to have dreams and aspirations, sharing them indiscriminately can lead to unnecessary external pressure and disappointment. The Stoics advise us to set our goals and ambitions quietly, working diligently towards them without seeking constant validation or recognition from others. Your daily struggles and hardships. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests. Life is filled with challenges, and Stoicism reminds us that these struggles are an essential part of our growth and development. However, sharing every difficulty and setback with others can lead to a sense of victimhood and a lack of personal responsibility. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to face our hardships with grace and resilience, learning from them without seeking sympathy or pity. Your personal values and principles. Know, first, who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on living in accordance with our own values and principles. To do this effectively, it's important to keep our values close to our hearts and not expose them to the judgments or expectations of others. By staying true to our core beliefs, we can lead a life of integrity and authenticity, free from external influences that may lead us astray. Your acts of kindness and generosity. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Acts of kindness and generosity are noble endeavors, but Stoicism teaches us that they should be performed with sincerity and humility, rather than for public recognition or praise. Sharing your good deeds with others may dilute their impact and undermine your true intentions. The Stoics encourage us to find joy in our acts of kindness without seeking external validation. Your personal struggles with emotions. Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. Stoicism recognizes that we all experience a wide range of emotions, but it advises against exposing our inner emotional turmoil to others indiscriminately. While it's healthy to seek support and guidance when needed, sharing every emotional struggle can make us vulnerable to external influences and judgments. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate emotional resilience and self-awareness, managing our emotions privately before seeking external assistance. Your material possessions and wealth. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In a world often driven by materialism and consumerism, Stoicism teaches us that true wealth lies in our ability to limit our desires and not flaunt our possessions. While it's natural to enjoy the fruits of our labor, excessive displays of wealth can lead to envy, resentment, and a shallow sense of self-worth. Stoicism encourages us to find contentment in simplicity and to keep our material possessions a private matter. Your inner criticisms and self-doubt. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. We all have moments of self-doubt and self-criticism, but Stoicism advises us to manage these internal struggles privately rather than sharing them with others. Constantly seeking external validation or reassurance can lead to a fragile sense of self-esteem. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to cultivate self-acceptance, introspection, and self-improvement in solitude. Your plans and strategies. Let us prepare our minds as if we come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Stoicism encourages us to plan and strategize for the future, but it also advises against exposing every detail of our plans to others. Sharing your aspirations and strategies can open the door to unnecessary criticism and skepticism, which may deter you from pursuing your goals. Instead, the Stoics advocate for a quiet and determined pursuit of your objectives, allowing your actions to speak louder than your words. Your personal grudges and resentments. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Stoicism teaches us to let go of grudges and resentments, recognizing that holding on to them only harms ourselves. Exposing your personal grievances to others can perpetuate negative emotions and prevent healing. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to practice forgiveness and cultivate inner peace by resolving our conflicts privately. Your sense of time and mortality. You live as if you were destined to live forever. No thought of your frailty ever enters your head. Of how much time has already gone by you, take no heed. You squander time as if you drew from a full and abundant supply, though all the while that day which you bestow on some person or thing is perhaps your last. Your personal philosophical journey. Stoicism encourages the pursuit of wisdom and self-improvement through the study of philosophy. However, your personal philosophical journey should be something you cherish and protect. It's not necessary to impose your philosophical views on others or engage in philosophical debates constantly. The Stoics remind us that philosophical growth is a personal endeavor, and sharing it should be done thoughtfully and selectively. Your most sacred beliefs and spirituality. Whether you follow a specific religion or have deeply held spiritual beliefs, these aspects of your life are deeply personal and should not be exposed to unnecessary scrutiny or criticism. While it's healthy to engage in discussions about faith and spirituality, Stoicism advises against forcing your beliefs on others or making them the centerpiece of every conversation. Instead, cultivate your spiritual life privately, drawing strength and guidance from it as needed. Your inner creative process. Creativity often flourishes in solitude, and the Stoics recognize the value of creative endeavors. Whether you are an artist, writer, musician, or any other kind of creative soul, sharing every step of your creative process may hinder your work's authenticity. Stoicism suggests that creativity should be nurtured privately, allowing you to explore your artistic vision without being swayed by external opinions or pressures. Your most vulnerable moments. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. In times of vulnerability and distress, the Stoics advise discretion. Sharing your most vulnerable moments with others can lead to unnecessary anxiety and make you more susceptible to manipulation or exploitation. Stoicism encourages us to seek support when needed, but also to discern when it's best to keep our vulnerabilities guarded. Embracing our inner strength and resilience in solitude can lead to a deeper sense of self and a greater capacity to overcome challenges. Your deepest regrets and guilt. Regain your senses, call yourself back, and once more wake up. We all carry regrets and guilt from our past actions, but Stoicism teaches us that dwelling on these emotions incessantly is counterproductive. Sharing your regrets and guilt with others might lead to unnecessary shame and judgment. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to confront our past mistakes privately, learn from them, and seek atonement when necessary. By doing so, we can free ourselves from the burdens of guilt and move forward with a clear conscience. Your long-term goals and aspirations. While it's essential to set long-term goals and aspirations for yourself, broadcasting them to the world may invite unnecessary pressure and expectations. The Stoics advocate for quiet determination in pursuing your long-term goals, allowing your actions to speak louder than your words. This approach can help you stay focused on your objectives without being swayed by external opinions or distractions. Your personal boundaries and limits. Establishing healthy personal boundaries is essential for our well-being, and Stoicism emphasizes the importance of knowing and respecting these boundaries. However, exposing your boundaries and limits to others can sometimes lead to them being disregarded or tested. Stoicism encourages us to communicate our boundaries calmly and assertively when necessary, but also to protect them vigilantly, recognizing that not everyone will respect or understand them. Your sense of humility. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Humility is a fundamental virtue in Stoicism, and it reminds us not to expose our pride or arrogance to others. Constantly seeking validation or asserting our superiority can distance us from others and hinder our personal growth. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate humility privately, allowing our actions and character to demonstrate our virtue and wisdom rather than relying on words or outward displays of superiority. Your inner peace and serenity. Stoicism, as a philosophy, places a profound emphasis on inner peace and serenity. It teaches us to maintain a calm and composed demeanor even in the face of life's storms. Yet, your inner peace is something you should not expose to the whims of the external world. Sharing your inner turmoil or allowing others to disturb your peace can disrupt your mental equilibrium. Stoicism teaches us to protect our inner tranquility diligently, to find solace in solitude when necessary, and to maintain our calm amidst the chaos of life. Your acts of self-discipline and self-mastery. Practice yourself, for heaven's sake, in little things, and then proceed to greater. Self-discipline and self-mastery are central tenets of Stoicism. The ability to control one's desires and impulses is seen as a virtue. Yet, it's essential to understand that this discipline is not meant to be paraded before others. The Stoics remind us that true self-discipline is a personal journey, one that requires consistent effort and introspection. Instead of boasting about your self-discipline, let your actions and character speak for themselves. Your moments of stillness and contemplation. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of solitude and introspection. In our fast-paced world, taking moments of stillness and contemplation is essential for self-discovery and personal growth. However, these moments should be cherished and protected. Sharing every facet of your inner contemplation may invite unnecessary distractions or disruptions. Stoicism encourages us to find solace in moments of quiet reflection, using them as opportunities for self-improvement and inner clarity. Your sense of detachment from material possessions. Freedom is not procured by a full enjoyment of what is desired, but by controlling the desire. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate a sense of detachment from material possessions. While it's prudent to manage our desires and avoid excessive attachment to material wealth, flaunting your detachment to others can come across as pretentious or insincere. Instead, Stoicism guides us to quietly practice detachment, finding contentment in the essentials of life, and letting go of the constant pursuit of material gain. Your inner journey of self-discovery. Dig within. Within is the wellspring of good, and it is always ready to bubble up if you just dig. Self-discovery is a deeply personal journey, one that should not be exposed to external scrutiny or judgment. Stoicism encourages us to explore our inner world, uncover our true selves, and align our actions with our values. This journey is not meant to be paraded before others, but rather embraced in the quiet recesses of our hearts and minds. Your sense of acceptance and contentment. To be content with what we possess is the greatest and most secure of riches. Contentment and acceptance of the present moment are virtues celebrated in Stoicism. However, these states of mind should not be used as mere facades for social approval. Stoicism reminds us that true contentment and acceptance are cultivated internally, arising from our inner harmony and perspective on life. By guarding these aspects of our mindset, we can find enduring peace and happiness. Your inner compass and moral integrity. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on moral integrity and ethical conduct. It encourages us to live in accordance with our principles and values. However, these principles should not be compromised for the sake of external approval or social conformity. The Stoics remind us to safeguard our moral compass, ensuring that it remains true to our core values, even in the face of external pressures or temptations. Your inner compass and moral integrity. Freedom is not procured by a full enjoyment of what is desired, but by controlling the desire. In the realm of Stoicism, moral integrity is a pillar upon which virtuous living is built. It encourages us to adhere unwaveringly to our principles and values. However, these principles should not be compromised for the sake of external approval or social conformity. Stoicism reminds us to safeguard our moral compass, ensuring it remains true to our core values, even in the face of external pressures or temptations. Your sense of independence and self-reliance. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-reliance and independence. While seeking help and support from others is a natural part of life, relying excessively on external sources can weaken your character and resilience. Stoicism encourages us to develop a strong sense of self-reliance, addressing our challenges and seeking our solutions to become more self-sufficient individuals. This sense of independence should be nurtured privately, within the quiet spaces of our minds and hearts. Your philosophical perspective on death. Rehearse them in your mind. Exile, torture, war, shipwreck. All the terms of our human lot should be before our eyes. Stoicism confronts the fear of death and encourages us to develop a philosophical perspective on mortality. It teaches us to understand that death is a natural part of life and should not be feared excessively. However, your personal reflections on death and mortality are deeply personal and should not be shared indiscriminately. Stoicism encourages us to approach our contemplation of death privately, seeking to find wisdom, acceptance, and tranquility in the face of our own mortality. Your sense of gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Stoicism places great importance on cultivating gratitude and appreciation for the present moment. However, true gratitude should be a sincere emotion, not a performance for others. Sharing your sense of gratitude and appreciation with authenticity is encouraged, but doing so merely for the sake of social approval or to garner praise may diminish the genuine nature of these emotions. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate gratitude in our hearts and to express it sincerely to those we truly appreciate. Your inner strength and resilience. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Life is filled with challenges and adversities, and Stoicism reminds us of the importance of inner strength and resilience. While seeking support and encouragement from others is natural, exposing your vulnerabilities and weaknesses excessively may diminish your inner resilience. Stoicism encourages us to develop our inner strength privately, learning to face life's challenges with grace and determination, and seeking support when needed without relying solely on external validation. In the realm of Stoicism, we have uncovered 10 more aspects of our lives that should remain guarded and cherished. As we embrace these teachings, we embark on a path of self-improvement, virtue, and wisdom. Stoic philosophy equips us with the tools to navigate the complexities of the modern world while remaining true to ourselves. In an era where oversharing and external validation often take precedence, Stoicism teaches us to find fulfillment within, safeguarding our inner world from the constant pressures and judgments of society. By following these Stoic principles, we can live a life characterized by authenticity, serenity, and resilience. Let Stoicism serve as your guiding light, leading you toward a life enriched by wisdom, inner peace, and a deep sense of purpose. In the journey of life, may we embrace these Stoic teachings, finding solace and strength within ourselves, and in doing so, may we lead lives of enduring virtue and fulfillment.